Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Protests throughout Metro Detroit tonight with crowds of hundreds marching in multiple communities, with every demonstration remaining peaceful. Tonight marked the 7th straight night of protests in the city of Detroit.
The group wrote up a list of demands before calling it a night and heading home about 50 minutes past the city's curfew. Jason Colthorpe live downtown tonight. So Jason, this was the second night that police allowed protesters to stay out after the 8 p.m. curfew.
Exactly, and there was no real official word from police, but I did talk to a captain on scene who told me basically the game plan was the same as it was last night. As long as they remained peaceful, police were going to let them do their thing. And you may notice their message was part of why you see a lot of city buildings around town tonight lit up in purple, like the Rensen over this shoulder and Comerica Park and the Tigers emblem in purple. That's to honor the memory of George Floyd and also denounce police brutality. And the people that were in the streets today shared that message. The protests in Detroit looked a little different on the 7th day. A bigger crowd and some celebrity guests.
Guys were talking about what we could do to help, to have a voice, to be a part of the community. But since we are a part of the community, we play here, our team is here.
Pistons coach Dwayne Casey and some of the players didn't just show up. They marched. Protesters marched with a growing confidence that their message is being heard.
We're out here doing it the right way, and we're going to continue to do it the right way until justice is brought about all of the people who we are speaking about. I FaceTime my dad. My dad is born and raised in Detroit. He was very active during the '67 riots. I FaceTimed him today.
What did he say?
He was proud of me.
What did he say?
He said he wished that he could be out here, and he said don't stop fighting. And
after a tour of downtown and midtown, they turned the corner back to DPD headquarters to find no extra police in heavy gear. And for a second night, protesters celebrated, but this time also recited a list of 23 demands they also hope will be heard.
Return to residency requirement. All it takes is for one person or a few people to come out and say we're going to fight injustice, and that just compels more people to come out and stand by their sides. And so that's how we grow. People see this every single day and they feel compelled to come out on the front lines.
And when it was all over, people went home peacefully. If you're wondering about tomorrow, there is another protest and march planned to begin the same time, the same place, although the difference here is the co-organizers that you saw from tonight and the last few nights won't be there, so there will be other people leading that. Also, we're hearing some members of the Detroit Lions will take part tomorrow, and we will be there, of course. We're live downtown. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
So, Jason, I'm wondering what the mayor has to say about this curfew that we've now seen, this approach to it. The chief last night calling it discretionary 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, and he talked about that today a little bit, and he talked about the background of it, meaning he instituted, he knows people don't like it, but he instituted, number one, he didn't want the National Guard to be sent in, and two, after what we saw over the weekend, some clashes with police, protesters aggressively throwing things at them. He also didn't want to see things devolve into what we've seen around the country. So there's the two things there, but he's also leaving it up to Chief Craig on a night-to-night basis, and he too also wants this to remain peaceful, and he too doesn't want arrests. Devin?
Yeah. All right, Jason.
Well, from downtown Detroit, let's now head downriver, where hundreds gathered joining the call for change. Our Larry Spruill joins us live. Larry, that group marched quite a distance tonight, going from Lincoln Park to Allen Park.
Well, Kimberly, we marched for about 4 miles through downriver, and it was a much younger crowd. They were marching from street to street in honor of George Floyd. It's a message that was heard loud and clear throughout Downriver Thursday.
My voice needs to be heard. Black Lives Matter means that we need to make a change. Our lives do matter.
Jasmine Rubin, one of the 500 to 700 people who marched from Lincoln Park to Allen Park, all in the name of George Floyd, a man who was killed in Minneapolis by police.
The I can't breathe, that's for George Floyd. He was on the ground. He said I couldn't breathe.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
For almost 9 minutes, the crowd marched in silence, representing the amount of time Floyd just could not breathe. Right behind you, coming through. Among the crowd, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell.
I'm standing in solidarity with my communities. There is injustice, and if not now, when? If not us, who?
I don't know a police officer that I know that thinks what happened was appropriate. We don't train that way. We train to help people, save people.
Will we make this prayer in the name of all humanity? Amen. Amen.
And many of the marchers tell me that hate and racism are passed down from generation to generation. They tell me that vicious cycle ends now. We're live tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Okay, Larry, let's head now to Oakland County, where a crowd of more than 300 came out to protest outside the county government complex. And Mara McDonald live in Pontiac with more on what the scene was like there tonight. Mara.
Good evening, Devin. I'll tell you, it was calm, collected, no problems out here. As a matter of fact, the crowd, they got a greeting from the Oakland County executive himself.
We shouldn't have to keep coming out here and holding the cops accountable for them not doing their jobs right.
The crowd of more than 300 marched throughout the Oakland County government complex and got a welcome from the county executive.
I think it's important to say, and it's not a slogan and it's not political, it's the truth. Black Lives Matter.
The march going on under the watchful eye of the sheriff's department that blocked traffic for them. For most, their reason for coming out tonight was sparked by George Floyd.
All lives do matter, but black lives are like the ones that's being oppressed. So that's what we should focus on right now. And it's important to get justice for George Floyd.
Black lives do matter, and we want everyone to know that George Floyd, his life mattered.
No racist! Police! No justice! No peace!
But there were other agendas in the crowd, including defund the police, a night of peaceful protest, and some music. Back here alive, protesters were greeted with electronic billboards here at the county complex that said, Black Lives Matter. We're live in Pontiac tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Amazing grace.
An emotional day in Minneapolis with George Floyd's family and friends coming together to say goodbye. Civil rights leaders, political leaders, and celebrities also paying their respects as Floyd's death is putting a spotlight on racial injustice.
It's crazy, man. All these people came to see my brother, and that's amazing to me that he touched so many people's hearts.
He was this great big giant. And when he would wrap his arms around you, you would just feel like, you know, everything could just go away.
A second memorial service will be held over the weekend in North Carolina, where George Floyd was born, followed by a public viewing and funeral Monday and Tuesday in Houston, where he grew up. All right, turning now to the latest on the coronavirus. Michigan reporting 206 new cases today, along with 25 additional deaths. The latest data shows both of those numbers are trending down.
Tonight, Beaumont Health announcing the loosening of visitor restrictions. Starting tomorrow, any patient who does not have COVID-19 may have one person visit them each day between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. We have put the entire list of these visitor guidelines on clickondetroit.com. Also, the legal battle over Governor Whitmer's emergency powers doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Today, the state Supreme Court declined to directly take up the case brought by the Republican legislative leaders. So instead, it has to first go to the state's Court of Appeals.
All right, let's check in with Ben with what's on tap for the weekend. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Kim and Devin, we've got a little bit more pre-summer heat coming tomorrow with the storm chance before a beautiful weekend. And we're going to talk about Tropical Storm Cristobal. It makes landfall this weekend. When will it end up in our backyard? Answers are next.
All right, Ben, but first, a police chief in Macomb County on leave tonight for comments made on social media about the protests we've watched across the country. We'll have a look at how the chief is responding in just a minute.
Start your morning with outdoor thrills.
Drop towers, Ferris wheels, mini golf, go-karts. You want to ride? They've got it for you.
One of Metro Detroit's biggest attractions is itching to open its gates.
We feel very strongly that we are ready to reopen.
But when will that happen and how? Join us tomorrow at 6 a.m. on Local 4.